Hello, I'm Steve Wilson. And last week we began our show with a sketch about the relocation of the Seahawks, where we used this little puppet to imitate Ken Behring. You remember? Hi, I'm Ken Behring. Well, since then, Mr. Behring has left town and moved to L.A. Well, after the show, we got to thinking about it, and we realized that moving the team could not have been an easy decision for Mr. Behring to make. I mean, when he says that he's moving the team to keep the fans safe when the Kingdome falls down in an earthquake, he's really looking out for you and me. Ken Behring is a human being and should be treated like one. So here to explain how difficult and painful this decision was for him is the owner of the Seattle Seahawks, Mr. Ken Behring.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is standard issue for the Northwest now. Thank you very much. I wanted to just say it's good to be right here this week. I'm glad to be here because it seems like everything else is leaving. The Seahawks are leaving. Kent is washing away. Issaquah is next. It's just awful. I'm just saying, if this keeps up, I'm going to have nothing left to joke about. We've got to save Kent, you know? I mean, it's washing away. I just want to thank God that the people in Ballard, most of them have boats. You know, if the water comes there, they're safe. There's that one area we can still make jokes around. I think, basically, I believe that this week we had our third 100-year flood in about 8 weeks. Is that correct? I believe that. Makes sense, though, doesn't it? I mean, when the world was completely corrupt, God made it rain for 40 days and 40 nights. When the whole Behring thing with the Seahawks, he looked down and said, I'm going to give this one about a week. Just ridiculous. I think it's funny because we in the Northwest, we're always in rain denial here in the Northwest. We tell, you know how we're always telling people from other areas, it really doesn't rain that much here. We have less average annual rainfall than New York City. People say that all the time, and now this week, they see our homes washing away on national television. So it's like, well, it might rain a little more than in New York here, but definitely less than the South American rainforest. So I think we've got that there. And those poor people in Oregon, did you see that? The poor people just flooding away there? Actually, yes, that's right. I was feeling sorry for them until I realized that they don't have to pay sales tax on their sandbags. So, you know, it's like, you have to buy that. That's right. If you're watching in Oregon, we're applauding. That's, you know, for you. You know, good luck down there. Anyway, honestly, the weather here, I think, has been very confusing over the past week and a half. So we thought maybe a refresher course, a demonstration might be in order. And here to help us is our new intern, Brooks. I want to welcome Brooks here. Brooks, welcome to the show. Brooks just joined our staff. What Institute of Higher Learning are you from?
University of Green River.
Green River College. Oh, community. That's a community college. Yeah. Got some good. Yeah. River's a little higher now, isn't it?
Higher.
Yes, a little higher. All right. Now, we want you, are you enjoying the internship so far?
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to get credit for this, so I just want to, let's remember the weather for the past couple weeks. Now, remember first, Brooks, a few weeks ago, it started to rain heavily. Do you remember that? It was like that. Is that reminiscent? Do you remember that?
A little bit.
Okay, right. Then, as you remember, after the torrential rains, does that sound familiar to you?
Yeah.
Remember then it got cold, it started to snow. Okay. Remember that? The snow? Remember that? It was very cold. Very dangerous. Remember that? Hard driving, right?
I remember that.
Yeah, okay. Then it turned to ice. Remember the ice? It was actually ice. Right. Remember it was very dangerous driving. Do you remember that?
I don't like the ice.
No, the ice. Then, you know, the ice turned back to rain. There was a lot more rain. And as you remember, Brooks, that softened up the ground a bit. And remember, that led to massive mudslides. Remember that? Like in Kent. You live in Kent. Oh, my. But then there was torrential rain again. Do you remember the torrential rain? Once again. And then finally today, the sun came out. We finally had sunshine today. And that has been our weather for the last couple of weeks. Thank you, Brooks. Thank you.
Can I go?
Yeah, you can go now. You did great. You did great. You get extra credit for that, Brooks. He's a good guy. Well, anyway, with all this weird weather that we've been having around, we almost forgot that, you know, Valentine's Day is coming up this week. And a lot of people are preparing for interesting, just romantic activities like these people. Take a look.
Jeannie?
Stan,
Yeah.
come on in.
Danger date.
I'll just be a minute.
I brought you this.
How sweet. Why don't you go relax?
Okay. What? Cute. Real cute.
Thanks. It's going to be a couple more minutes. Thanks.
Uh-huh.
No, I am not going to see that film.
Oh, come on.
I'm not.
Well, you better or you're not getting this.
What's that?
It's the antidote to the poison you just drank.
Okay, I'll go.
Are you sure? Only
Yes.
if you want to.
Yes, let's go.
See, I knew if you gave it a chance, you'd like it.
You were right.
Oh, hey, whoa. You all right?
Yeah.
Whoa, you gotta be careful. You could hurt yourself.
Thanks.
Okay? All right. So, I had a real nice time.
Yeah, I did too.
You want to do this again sometime?
Yeah, that would be great.
Danger date.
All right, stay with us. We're going to get cleaned up, and we'll be right back.
I'm going for a walk. I'm going for a walk. Going for a walk.
And I'm back on the street asking people questions. What's that dirt around the collar called?
Ring.
Can you make a champagne cork sound? What's the first part of the town that ends in qua?
Issa.
Can you make a noise under your armpit? When someone dies, authorities contact the next of.
Kin.
Two halves make a.
Hole.
How would you hail a cab? The women in Playboy are mostly.
Bear.
And so to summarize what he just told us,
Ken Bearing is a hole.
Nice chickens.
Yeah, they're for the king.
look, Your Majesty, I know how you dread meeting the palace staff, but we only do this once a year, and I mean, they so look forward to meeting you. Okay? And now, His Majesty will receive the Royal Confectioner. Here's the Candyman.
Your Excellency, in hopes that I would please the royal palate, I've created this Bosque pear torte with a candied praline sauce. Now, I gathered the pecans along a riverbank next to the Caspian Sea, and the cream for this has come from animals raised exclusively for this torte.
Your torte pleases the king.
Oh, thank you, sire.
However, he would also find it highly delicious if you would rub the torte upon yourself. Nicely done. His Majesty would next welcome the royal eunuch. His Majesty would like to know how you've enjoyed serving as the court's new eunuch.
May I speak freely?
You may.
Well, it sucks, actually. Frankly, I regret ever volunteering for the position. I mean, I know I get to spend a lot of time around the royal harem, which is good, but that whole castration thing was a very unpleasant surprise.
We're sorry to hear that.
Well, I'm an idiot.
Next, Your Majesty, here are two of your ladies in waiting. His Majesty says, why don't you just keep waiting? It's going to be a while. Okay. Thank you. Can we get the court jester up here, please? The court jester.
Hey! Hey, Your Majesty, it's me! Hey, how you doing? Look at me! Look at me! I got an arrow through the head. See that? It's like an arrow. Yeah, through the head. I mean, is that crazy or wacky or, you know, it's like, whoom there. Yeah, it's not real, but, you know, it's...
I tell you, His Majesty would find it highly amusing if you would take this knife and plunge it into your chest.
I mean, you know I would. I mean, you know I would do that for you, right? But, I mean, knives. I mean, Your Majesty, you're talking years of practice. I'm just a little, I'll tell you what, though. I got a crazy dance for you. Crazy, wacky dance. Is that funny or not so much? Thanks a lot.
I thought that was going to be funnier.
Okay, why don't we break for lunch and we'll have auditions for the court jester right back here at 3 o'clock, okay, people?
Well, Valentine's Day, as you know, is coming up this Wednesday, and if you haven't gotten that special something for that special someone, we have got some great ideas for you, so let's get right to them. Now, first, what better way to set a romantic mood than with music, and what better music than this new CD, Harry Wappler's Songs of Love. Now, you'll hear Harry sing all of his greatest love songs, including My 5-Day Forecast of Love, Put your hand on my Doppler. Hot kisses and cold showers, and love will cause a warming in the lower elevations. All with Harry's inimitable style. Next, why not make it a special evening with this negligee from the Governor Lowry Lingerie collection? Authentic gubernatorial handprints will get you started on your night of love with no apologies needed. Now, who doesn't love sweets for Valentine's Day? And now you can commemorate this particular Valentine's Day with a delicious mudslide cake. Look at that. Looks just like Issaquah, doesn't it? And if the weather is right, you can top it off with your own special mudslide of love. Mudslide of love. Look out below. All right. Oh, there goes the mudslide of love. Now, if your man is a sports fan, you'll want to look at our Mariners collection. And first, we have that Drive Him Wild with that special fragrance that all men love, Panella. That's right. Panella. Just add a drop or two of Panella behind each ear, and it'll conjure up the scent of old tobacco juice mixed with sweat. We guarantee that Panella will stay on his mind. And finally, a romantic night is assured with this special video, Norm Charlton's Art of Sensual Massage. Let's take a look. That's right. Learn from the master, Norm Charlton. Well, those are some of our Valentine's Day selections, so stay with us because we're coming right back.
And we're again asking questions of people on the street. Okay, this won't take long.
Oh,
What's the best news Ed McMahon could tell you?
I won.
Earth or garden soil is called
Dirt.
Hollywood Madam Heidi.
Flight.
The rich guy on Gilligan's Island is Mr.
How.
Most operas are real.
Long.
Dave Niehaus says my oh.
My.
Michael Jackson's hit song about a rat was called
Ben.
What is this writing implement called?
Pen.
So to summarize what he just told us,
I want dirt. How long my flies been? Oh, pen.
Well, Governor and Mrs. Lowry's aggressive campaign to control the public's perception of a sexual harassment scandal has prompted his accuser's lawyers to warn that the campaign is inappropriate and should stop. Governor Lowry responded by saying that the words inappropriate and stop mean nothing to him. King County Executive Gary Locke met with President Clinton last Monday to talk about the Seahawks. After Locke explained the grave situation with the team's relocation to California, Clinton thought for a moment and then asked, "Hey, what's the deal with your hair?" The first woman to join Microsoft's previously all-male board is Jill Berard, president of the Mattel company, who is credited with bringing back the Barbie doll. She was chosen over two other women, one credited with bringing back the Betsy Wetsy doll, and the other with bringing back Chatty Cathy. The Port of Seattle says it has met the noise reduction requirements to expand SeaTac Airport. When the port commissioner was asked how big the expansion would be, he said, "What?" The vice president for student affairs at the Evergreen State College has recommended giving guns to campus security, but wants to explore other options first. His first option would be to stop giving students 5 credits for committing armed robbery. A test road made out of old shredded automobile tires near Spokane had to be closed because it keeps bursting into flames. Plans have already been made to rebuild this road, this time using shredded oily rags and matches. Well, the Seattle Home Show will be held at the Kingdome February 17th through the 25th. At least it will if a massive earthquake doesn't crush the Kingdome first. Senate rejected a law that would impound the beds of known prostitutes. A proponent of the bill was disappointed, saying that Sonny Kobe Cook had already agreed to recycle the old mattresses to charity. There's been a late report. Don't go away. We're working on like that.
And once again, we're on the street asking people questions. A Cyclops has only one
eye.
2,000 pounds is a
Ton.
A Boy Scout should know first
Aid.
when people are opposed to something, they say,
Nay.
oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open.
Sleigh.
A baby goat is called a
Kid.
To cut a board, you would use a
Saw.
If a matador turns his back on a bull, he could get
Gourd.
And so to summarize what that woman just said.
I saw sleigh, gourd, ton, nay, kid.
All right, well, that's just about all the time we have tonight. I want to thank our new intern, Brooks. Brooks, you're doing an awesome job. And seriously, you people in Kent, please stay there. Don't let Kent wash away. Send your money, send your sandbags to Kent. Preserve Kent, because we need a show.